want you to close your eyes.
Okay.
Okay. Imagine yourself on a certain tee box, like you mentioned, Lick Creek number 2 or something, or just pick any tee box you want.
Okay.
Where you at?
Quail Meadows, 14, big par 5, got a gully there. You got to split the trees.
That's the one with the gully.
Yeah.
What's that carry? Like 280 to carry the gully?
280 to carry it.
Okay.
Go left. It's the creek kind of angles, and you're gonna hit the creek and hit the trees, or it's gonna hit the shape of the fairway and bounce left, and you can lose it.
What kind of shot do you need to hit? Draw, fade?
High, small draw, push draw, miss, high, hard push.
Okay. What else? Is the tee box level on that hole?
No.
Or are you above the ball? Is the ball above your feet?
The tee box
Tell me about
is level. It's maybe slightly above your feet, but the other thing too is the tee box points you left.
Okay.
So you got to be conscious of that.
So that's going to hurt your draw a little bit, right? Or just in your mind, it could throw you off a little bit.
Yeah, I played a course enough to where it doesn't bother me. The biggest thing to avoid is there's a tree like 60 yards in front of you, and if you hit a high draw, you really got to skirt it.
I think I've hit that one before.
Yeah, and it depends if like the tree is. It depends if the tree where the tee box is. If it's kind of up, tree's not a problem. But if it's kind of back and the tee box to the right, you got to be careful. You really got to hit it high, or you got to. I mean, you can't hit as much of a push or a draw. You got to really hit more of a straight ball.
Okay.
So it just kind of depends.
So on this particular tee box that you're standing on, what's the weather like?
I mean, usual. It's calm. It's usually wind helping. If the wind ever blows, it's right to left. Most of the time, majority of the time, it's right to left.
What is it right now as you're standing there?
Probably downwind, right to left, and cold.
The sun shining?
No.
What time of year is it? Is it spring, summer, fall?
I'm just using today's.
So today it's kind of dreary.
Yeah, dreary, cool. Ball's not going as far. Slight wind, right to left.
Helping.
Downwind, yeah.
Okay. So you can open your eyes now. I want you to grade yourself on a scale of 1 to 5. 1 being you didn't see it or feel it at all. 5 being I was right there. I felt like I was in the moment.
Yeah.
How vividly did you see yourself?
Well, 4, 4.5.
4? Okay. How clearly did you hear any sounds? Did you hear anything?
No.
So you had a 1. No
Yeah.
sounds at all? Okay. How well did you feel yourself making the motions?
5.
So you're really in there feeling it, okay? You're
Yeah.
really good at that part? I thought so. And then, how clearly were you aware of your mood?
1, 0.
So you weren't sure, even though it was cold and dreary, you weren't,
I mean, I knew I wanted to just...
impatient or anything?
No, I don't know if this is a mood. I knew I wanted to hit as hard as I could, and I knew, like, the aggressive nature of the swing I wanted to
Okay.
put.
Yeah,
so.
I'd say you're pretty aware of it then.
Okay.
I'd say being aggressive is pretty good. So the point of that, so you said you had a 1, so you don't really hear any sounds. I think that's something that you can incorporate a little bit more, just to really rehearse and to really act like you've been there before. That's what some of these guys, like Bob Rotella, one of the best sports psychologists out there, he really preaches visualization. He doesn't work with just golfers. He works with basketball teams and all that stuff. Maybe they're playing for the national championship, or the golfer's getting ready to win his first major. He gets them in the moment, standing on the 18th tee. He's feeling. He's conscious of the gallery walking around next to him or behind him, or cameras clicking. Just everything about it. Maybe like you said, the prevailing wind normally on that hole, or his anxiety. He's conscious of how nervous he is, how tightly he's gripping the club. Then if you go through that and you execute, you see yourself hitting that shot perfectly, even with all that going on, you can tell yourself, I've done this before. So it's a very positive reinforcement, and it's also, if you can't practice at all, like this time of year when it's kind of snowy and cold and it's winter up here in Illinois, this mental practice is better than no practice at all. You don't have to just be hitting golf balls to be getting better or to be practicing.
Yeah.
We can really use that mental stuff, that imagery, the visualization, and try to get as vivid as you can with these things. Really, since you don't really hear the sounds, try to hear some sounds. If whatever you're used to, maybe there's a cart driving up next to you, behind you on the 13th tee or on the 13th
Does
green.
it matter, since when I play golf, I hear the sound of the club hitting the ball or the ball hitting the green or that sound, but like if someone talks my swing, I don't care. If there's a cart, I don't care. Like, I'm not one that...
You're not conscious of it, even when you're actually doing it?
Birds chirping, I don't care. Someone could talk while I swing. It
Okay.
doesn't bother me. So I don't know if I need to incorporate that in my game or if I need to listen. Or
Let's just do that for in between now and your next practice
Yeah.
session. There is a nice day on the horizon. I think we can get outside and do an on-course lesson. So I just want to see if you've practiced that at all
Yeah.
in between now and then. I think it could have some benefits for you, and if it doesn't, then we can abandon that. But it seems like you're pretty strong on seeing yourself and feeling yourself doing it, and your emotion and your aggression, trying to get after it and hit that shot. And don't just focus now on Quail Meadows 14T. Take
Yeah.
it to and next time you're going to play golf, think of the first tee or something, or think your way around the course and try and get really vivid and feel and hear and see these things like you're actually doing it, and then hit the shot too. Don't just think about it. Hit it and see yourself hitting it perfectly. And do it over and over again. And that's mental practice. The better we can get at mental practice, like I said, this time of year here up in the north, we can't always be doing the physical practice.
Yeah.
So that is something good. Laying in bed at night, you can't fall asleep, or sitting on the couch after work. That'd be something really good to practice.
And I think there's an aspect to that because no matter what my swing is doing, how I'm hitting the ball, I can always hit that shot.
Sure.
I can step on that tee no matter what and hit that high push draw.
Yeah,
I can hit that shot anytime.
That's really.
None right now.
You just said the word visualize. So what are you gonna do at home differently with your visualization, your mental practice?
The audio, the sound piece.
Okay.
Just continuing to work on that piece of it and try to slowly incorporate it into kind of my game in the golf course.
What I like, if you aren't hearing the outside noises like a cart driving by or something, what I really notice now that we are outside is that click of the ball. If you want, as you see yourself hit that shot in your mind's eye, hear that the club slide through the turf, hear the the divot landing on the ground, and your jacket moving around, that sort of thing. It doesn't necessarily have to be the outside noises.
Okay.
It could just be the stuff that you're producing, the whoosh of the club, the click of the ball at impact.
That's what I notice is here. I don't really notice much sound outside of that.
And I'm okay with that. The more that we work together, I think that's great because you're very vivid and you're very specific, about how you feel about your emotions and your body, and you can do it from two different angles. Most people can't do that. They can't visualize it from this position here and then also see it from the instructor's point of view behind them. That's really good. So I like that.
Cool.
If the sounds are taking away from that, if you're not seeing the stuff as clearly anymore, I'm not so much worried about the sounds. But let's just try and keep the practice up.